Hello, hello. Wonder if anybody can come join me. I didn't even tell anybody I was opening the studio doors. Let me see if I can find this. Where am I? Right here. And like this. Oh, I've got some friends here. Hey, artists. I was just getting set up over here so I could see comments. Judy and Carol and Leslie are here. Who did I miss? And Norma and Stacy. Hey, everybody. Hey, Liz and Becky. Oh, I'm so glad y'all could hop on. I've been running errands and stuff today, and I needed to make some things to spruce up my booth at Southern Vintage Company here. And so I thought I might as well go live. I was playing around with an idea. Hey, Norma, if y'all follow Just That Perfect Piece, Agnes, I love her. I just adore her. I don't know anybody who doesn't adore Agnes. And I love what she does with beautiful old book pages. And I've always loved to craft with old book pages. I would go thrifting and try to find old books, and so I have a stash of those. Hi, Bunky. Is anybody new here to my page? Just curious. Hey, from Florida, Donna. How's the weather down there? It's sunny here today and beautiful, but it's cold. Hey, Carol. You tried the technique for printing. Oh, did you? It worked great. I'm so glad, Elaine. Wonderful. I'm glad you tried it. Today's may not be new to anybody. I don't know. I've never done it before. But Agnes does things so similar to this. Hey, Kathy. And thanks for sprinkling, Teresa. Sharon's here from Michigan. I'm so happy y'all are here because I didn't even really plan it. But anyway, I practiced a little bit to see. But I would go find old books and buy them based on, you are new, Bunky? Well, welcome. I hope you like my page. If you do, give us a follow. Thank you, Norma. That's sweet. Hey, Lena. Lena's here too. Yay. Oh, good, Linda. I'm so glad to have you here. And Deb, we do a little bit of everything. In fact, I had thought I need to paint some pieces for my booth. And I was going to paint a bunny. I have a bunny in my head, but I could not get the camera angle right where you could see what I was painting and I could interact with y'all. I'm going to work that out though. Usually when I paint, I kind of bring the camera down, and today I just wanted to hang out with y'all. But I'm still planning to probably maybe do a hyperlapse video of the bunny. Just like I did the Memphis skyline. Thank you for sprinkling. I appreciate that. I didn't expect really many people to be able to join me. It's middle of the day and I didn't say anything about it. A weird time at 2:30. But anyway, let me tell you what I'm going to do. Like I said, I would choose old books based on the color of the pages. I really, really love those really yellowed edges because I would usually paint on the pages. So I really like that old vintage look. I didn't care what the book was about. They were usually some off-the-wall something or other. Hey, Nikki, Joseph, Michelle. I'm so glad you're here. Yay. Thank y'all for sprinkling. Hi, Martha. Hi, Diane from Louisiana. Y'all are so great to come hang out with me. I appreciate it. And I bet you have everything you need to do this. I don't know why I've never done it before. It combines so many things that I really love. I have all these old rings from the ball jars. And if you're new here and you hear all the noise in the background, that is my German Shepherd who loves to play with his ball very much. So he comes in and tosses it at me. So that's what that is. Hi, Michelle and Marie and Grace. Wow. There's so many here and I'm just so happy. Liz is here from Texas. I'm glad you did too, Charlotte. I'm so glad y'all could come. But this is going to combine, all you need is one of these And you know, after you use whatever's been canned in the jars, you have to have the little thing that seals it, you know. So I just saved these. Mr. Taterbuggin is watching from over next door in the shop. He's working so hard. I haven't seen him for 2 days. He's getting y'all's orders ready. Yeah. Anyway, so I took some book pages and cut them into squares. And these are the kind of book pages, you know, that it's hard to tell with that light, but with those really yellowed edges, I love those. And just a glue gun. We'll do a little embellishing at the end. But if you, like I said, if you watch Agnes from That Perfect Piece, which if you don't, you've got to. She is such a joy. But she does a lot of things with old book pages. My sister-in-law and I she taught me how to make some really cool flowers out of old book pages. And when she would visit, we would do that. I haven't had a chance to do that lately, but this is a little bit different from that. So, and I'll tell y'all a funny story. Like I said, I used to paint on book pages. I tend to paint mostly on old hymnal pages now, because there was one time that I painted something, and I'm sure it was a flower or something, you know, simple onto a book page. And when I posted it, I got blasted by somebody because they said there was a foul word on the book page. And I thought, what? So I ran back and I got the piece and I looked at it and I looked at it. And sure enough, it took me a very long time. I don't know how that person, she must have really scoured that whole painting because she found that one bad word. So I try to be careful about that anymore. But anyway, like I said, if you've watched Agnes, she does a lot of these. You may have seen this technique. I'm just going to take a pen and wrap that book page around it. Kind of makes a little flower. We're going to do a dot of hot glue right inside this ring. And we're just going to start gluing these pieces. So I get to talk to you, or y'all get to talk to me while I do all of this gluing. And like I said, I'm sure some of you crafters, there's Roxanne. Hello, Roxanne. And Patricia's here from Georgia, and so is Ruby. Hey there. Ruby, I loved your idea about the weird friend requests. I don't know if any of y'all are on my personal Facebook page, but I had a really weird friend request yesterday. I did not accept it, but I did screenshot it and post it because it was scary. I told everybody if I disappeared, you might want to check his basement freezer because, yeah, but he's in Sweden or who knows what he really is. But anyway, she had a good tip for me on those. So, like I said, I'm just going around the edge of this and gluing these little, I guess you could call them squished up squares of old book pages. Like I said, they need to be cut into squares. Ginger, did you hear what I was saying a minute ago about that? Nikki, yeah, I didn't know. But yeah, I actually am going to paint a bunny. That's what I was going to do live today. And I messed with the camera angle and messed with it to try to get a, I didn't even size the squares. I missed, who said that? Yeah. Yellowed paint. That's what I'm doing, Liz. We're going to make a wreath out of this. A small wreath. I have 4 of these, and 2 are large in this size, and then 2 are the smaller ones. And I'm making them to decorate in my booth at Southern Vintage Company. I did not, I don't know the size. I just cut them into squares from the book I had, but let me see. These are, they are about 2 3/4 square. Just for these little, please do it at some point. I just couldn't do it live, because it is so hard for me to get a camera angle where if I stand up and, you know, try to hold something over here and paint it like I've done before, I don't get as good a result. I'm used to painting down here or either on an easel on my table or standing up just facing it. So what I'm going to do is I'll probably paint it and do a time-lapse video of it, kind of like I did the skyline yesterday, except do the whole thing. And I'll show it. I've got it kind of chalked out, roughly chalked out on a piece of barnwood, and it's going to go in my booth. So I may be doing that after this or first thing tomorrow, because I need to get my booth situated for but isn't that a pretty piece of wood, for the weekend. And I just lightly chalked in a bunny, and that's what I'm going to paint on. And I have 2 puppy dogs over here that are in the works that I'm working on right now. So yeah, we've been busy. But I realized the weekend is almost here, and I think it's been 2 weeks since I really did some work in my booth, and that's a long time for me. I try to go in there once a week at least and stuff and fluff everything and make sure y'all have fun things to look at there too. You want to come shopping at Southern? You've got to do that. Oh yeah, y'all, tonight is the weekly online sale. They'll be on at 7 o'clock on the Southern Vintage Company page on Facebook, and you can shop and they ship. So no matter where you are, as long as you're in the United States, if you see something you want to buy that they show tonight, and it'll be a fun, I'm sure it'll be a fun night tonight because Mindy and Leslie are co-hosting, and they're always a lot of fun. I think so too, Liz. I thought that I was looking around for just the right piece of wood. Every time I do an animal, I have to, the piece of wood's really got to speak to me and make sense for me. And that one that's definitely that bunny. So I've had it over there in my storage for a while now, just waiting for the right animal to come along. Have you, Ruby? Yeah, it's a great store. I love being a part of it, and I don't want them to kick me out for not taking care of my booth. So I've got to get up there and get some pretties in it, and I thought these would serve 2 purposes. I'll have them for sale, but they'll also decorate. You're watching from Australia. You're up at 6:45. Renee, welcome. Thank you. I do, Sharon. In fact, I actually have classes once a month on here. If you go to my Shopify page, I think the link is on, well, I know the link is on our Tater Buggin' page. You'll find our website, and you'll see art classes. And I started them last November. And I'm going to leave them up indefinitely. We'll just have a different subject every month. They're $10 for whichever ones you want to join up for, $10 each. And you'll have access to them forever. I mean, as long as Facebook leaves it up. Hi, Diane. Good afternoon to you. We're doing hand lettering this month, and people are still signing up because it'll be everything's available to you. I have videos, I have links that I've found for you, tips and tricks. You're not late at all, Elizabeth. I'm just working my way around with book pages on this jar lid, ball jar. Is that what y'all call it? It's the lid, the ring, actually. I'm making with vintage book paper, I'm making little wreaths for my booth at Southern Vintage. Brooke has a booth at Southern Vintage too. Right, Brooke? You do, don't you? So we're making these little wreaths, and then I'm going to get y'all's opinion on how to embellish them exactly, because I wasn't quite sure how I wanted to do that part. But I really love this technique, and I love how they turn out, and I love working with old book pages. So this is fun. And I can, maybe it'll spruce up my booth, and it's also very vintage looking and very, soft looking. These would be pretty anywhere in your home. I could see these hanging over your kitchen cabinet doors. You know, just have a little wreath hanging from each one. I think that would be so cute. So, back to the classes. So we did hand lettering. We're doing hand lettering. Thank you, Brooke. Hand lettering for this month, and it'll continue on. Like I said, it's a great group of people that have joined, and they're also encouraging, and so you also get a little bonus of a sweet community of people to encourage you as you're doing your lettering or your painting. But next month I'm doing a cow, and I don't know, my cow's covered up. I'll show him to you here though in a minute. He's gonna be what we're doing in February. I'm gonna get that set up probably, I said this week, but it'll probably be this weekend. This has been a crazy busy week. Judy, you're ahead of me. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do with mine. I have one that I made over here, and that's a great idea. Yeah, I want to do one with Jude too. We painted a gnome in November. We painted a snowman family, and hey Nancy, I'm so glad you're here. Yay. We painted a snowman family in December, and we personalized it to your family's favorite colors and put their names on the scarves. So that was fun. There's Heaven and Bentley and Zoe and Grammy. Yay. Hey everybody. And I think I see my son here. He hasn't said anything yet, but yay. Wyoming Janice, welcome. So my son is also an artist, and any of you who don't know, we've got a little fun group, the Tater Bug and Sweet Tater Bugs, and we're going to have t-shirts and probably aprons too, and I think he's going to design some Sweet Tater t-shirts. There he is. Hey baby. Sweet Tater t-shirts and Tater Bug t-shirts and Tater Town t-shirts and aprons. Who knows? We may have mugs too, whatever. Hey, Jean. I'm so glad you're here. Is it Jean? It's Jean, right? Not Jeannie. You correct me if I'm wrong. So, yeah. The classes end up being, when it's something like the cow next month, what I'll do is at the beginning of the month, I'll have a template for you if you want it, or when I do the class, I'll also break it down and show you how to, Jeannie, okay, how to draw it out if you want to draw it out yourself. I'll let you decide if you want to do it on an 8x10 canvas or bigger. Really, Ruby? Ours were tater tots. So I lose my train of thought so easily. Yeah, I will have a template for you. I'll have a supply list posted. And we'll set up a date when I'm going to go live and teach the class. But you don't have to be there live. And I usually suggest that you just watch it through the first time. You can ask questions if you're live or whatever. And then go back and re-watch it when you can pause it and take your time and do the painting. Oh, I got a bunch of stars. What's that for? Yay, thank you. Oh, you have Tates in your family too, Carolyn. Oh, I love the name Tate. I'm glad to be a Tate. I've been a Tate now for almost 36 years. So, y'all can see what I'm doing. I'm just going around the edge. It's just the same thing, you know. Hey, Judy. In case you're just getting here, holding it under a pen and curling it around, kind of making a little flower shape. Thank you for sprinkling, Judy. I appreciate that. And we're just filling up the inside. And it really, y'all see, it really doesn't take that long. but I thought it would be way more fun to do with a hundred, a hundred of my close friends. Somebody say, what does my shirt say? This is one of my shirts that I designed. There ain't nothing gonna steal my joy. And we have it on t-shirts and mugs, and I've got a woodblock print of it. I did this one, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago maybe. So yeah, there ain't nothing gonna steal my joy. So anyway, yeah, I can't believe this many people could come hang out with me while I get some things ready for Southern Vintage. This is so good. Grace, I can't wait for you to see it all finished, because I really love the look of it. And it's just kind of soft and sweet and very vintage looking, of course. And I wanted to take it up a notch with some little accents after we get the actual wreath made, of course. So I mentioned Agnes earlier, and her paper crafts, which are so wonderful. And there's, I watched Amanda Made last night. I'm just loving watching all these sweet crafting friends. She and her sweet daughter-in-law did a DIY together, but it was like a challenge to see which one won the challenge. There's Melanie. Hey, Melanie. I wish you could, Debbie. They're going to be on tonight at 7 o'clock Central Time from the Southern Vintage Company page on Facebook Live, and you can still shop whatever they show, and they will ship it. So, yeah, do some virtual shopping. It is fun to walk around that store, though. It gets me every time. I can't leave there empty-handed. Yes, they did a great job. Thank you. I loved both of the trucks that they did. And I don't think outside the box well enough. You know, Amanda turned her little wood truck into an herb truck and blew my mind. I have got to make one of those. It had the cutest little bitty clay pots in the bed of the truck, and she put little faux herbs in it, and she used I'm making a vintage book page wreath out of a ball jar ring. And now, okay, I finished up the inside. Now we're going to go around the outside. But it looked so cute. It was so cute. It was on a little, she had this piece of molding from, old piece of molding, and the little truck sat up on that. Okay, now I'm just going to go around the outside here and start gluing the same way. We're just going to cover up this ring. But she took a wooden window from the dollhouse section at Hobby Lobby, and made that the truck window. It was so cute. She covered the whole truck in canvas and used the napkin technique that I used Sunday to add these cute little herbs from a napkin around the wheel wells, and she took the word herbs and put it on the side of the truck. She had this little bitty old rake that she propped up against it. I mean, so stinking cute. I want to do it. Let's see. Yeah, the tiny rake. That one got me, Debbie. Woo! Michelle, it's a wreath. It's a little vintage book page wreath. And I was telling everybody earlier that I have neglected my booth at Southern Vintage Company, and I usually work it at least once a week, and it's in desperate need of some love. And so I wanted to not only do some paintings, but I also wanted to do some fun little embellishment, crafts that people could either buy, or it's just going to decorate my booth up, whatever. You know, I usually make most everything for sale in there, but they ended up, I did not measure them. I'll tell you that. I just took this old book. I'll even show y'all this old book. I don't even know what it's about. I used to buy old books and because I use them to craft with. Very inexpensive. John Brown Body, I don't know. But anyway, I would pick them out according to how vintage the edges looked. So I just pulled out some pages, and forgive me if y'all don't agree with that. I just really, I love giving it a second life, and most of these were basically gonna be trashed. So I'm giving them a second life. So I look at it that way. But they need to be square. So all I did, well, I'll show you what I did. If you take a page out of, you know, this is a normal shaped book, but it's, you know, not square pages, obviously. So all I did was folded this part over like this, and I cut this bottom part off. And then I cut this in half. It doesn't have to be precise, obviously. And then I took this one. Of course, I did multiples at once. I think it's this big ring light that makes my face turn red when I'm going live, but it really helps for y'all to see what I'm doing. Okay, and then I just cut these in squares. And I did a stack at a time. Went really fast. It wasn't tedious at all. And so that's how I did them. I didn't, Lori, you won the you won the cute paint dot truck that Amanda's daughter-in-law did. Congratulations. That was so pretty. I don't think I have the patience to do dotting, and hers was so beautiful. Hey, Anne-Marie, there's my sweet sister. It is a wonderful day. And I was telling them earlier that, you know, you used to show me how to make those pretty paper flowers out of our old book pages. And, oh, they look so good. Anne-Marie has made some really beautiful ones. She's my, in case y'all missed it, she's my sweet sister-in-law, my husband's sister, but I call her my own because she is. Okay, see how it's coming? How we're doing? Hi there, Linda. Hi, Beth. I'm so happy y'all are here to hang out with me this afternoon while I get some of these things done. Do you still make them, Anne-Marie? I want you to post those to our group because those are so pretty. I know they would love to see those. I'm over Valentine's Day, y'all. I really am. I started it early, and you know, you have to when you've got a booth. So I'm ready. I was ready to move on to spring, but I have one more of those wooden hearts, larger size wooden hearts from Dollar Tree that I didn't get around to doing anything with. And I was thinking about doing this technique all over that heart and making it, you know, kind of embellish it with some vintage pieces. I don't know. Yeah, please do. Hi, Sue. You just got here. We're making these little vintage book page wreaths out of ball jar rings. And I had a drawer that had several of them in there and thought, you know, I've got everything to make this. It would be the perfect addition to the booth. Yeah, Debbie. I try not to do that. I don't want to have a lot of leftover. You know, it's one thing if I have finished them up and they don't sell in the booth. I tuck those away, you know, in tote, mark it for next year and pull it back out for the booth. But, you know, when you have to store a bunch of crafts for a whole year that you've had left over, so or do you have a page that people share their crafts? I sure do, yeah. And Anne-Marie, I bet you could post a link to it. It's called Tater Buggin's Sweet Tater Bugs. And it's the sweetest group of ladies, and they share their beautiful crafts there, and we just have a good time. And like I said earlier, my son is going to be designing t-shirts for us and aprons, and I don't know, maybe we can get some mugs or whatever. I love mugs. Yes, Sue, definitely catch the replay. It's exactly what I'm doing right now. There's not a lot to it. You go around the inside of the ring, you know, with your paper squares, and just glue each one down, and then you go around the outside of the ring and glue each one down, you know, just covering this ring up. And when we finish that part, we're going to embellish it and get it all ready and all, you know, prettied up. But there are a lot of glue webs on it, I'll tell you. I'm so glad you did too. Is it Celinda? That's a pretty name. And you're from North Alabama. I was born in, I was born in Mobile. I thought I got the wrong name. Okay. Yeah, I'm so glad you're here too. If it's your first time, y'all, and you like what you see, check out our page and consider giving us a follow. I try to go live 2 to 3 times a week sometimes, and at least 2, because I'm trying to do better about that. And we're doing our monthly classes, and I like to paint for y'all. And I almost did a floral on a window today for y'all too. That's on my I want to do, because I want to have that in the booth by this weekend. What do you think about that? I've got these great long narrow windows that my sister-in-law found for me. Corn husks, Sharon, that's a good idea. Oh, good. I'm so glad. That's a pretty name. I love that name, and it's very unique. Yeah, I love painting on windows, and I think I want to get, they're the right shape for a centerpiece in my booth. So, and it's time. I'm so ready to paint florals again. I love doing those. So I had thought about doing one of those this afternoon. I stayed undecided till 2 o'clock. And see, this way, when you turn each little square into a flower, nobody can see if there's any bad words anywhere on a page, and can't fuss at me for that, because I don't read the whole book or the whole page before